We are here today to talk about core priorities. Again, this is our second video on core priorities. I am Gretchen Figge, CEO of COREnology, and I have Denise with me, who's our lead trainer, director of training. And we just wanted to talk today about how core priorities can help an advisor develop a roadmap. Mm-hmm. Well, first, let's start with a recap. Denise, do you want to give us a recap of what is core priorities?
Sure. It is a quick and easy tool that you can send to your clients where we ask them, what are your top priorities right now? Where are the areas that you want to use your time, your talent, and your treasure in order to achieve some goals? When clients fill that out, you get a list of the top 10 priorities for each member of the couple, as well as the shared priorities where that alignment exists between the couples. So you get both.
Okay, so we love this so much. We love the idea that it is a roadmap for advisors. We've actually made a cheat sheet based on your priority, what you can do with it. And so, interestingly enough, we have multiple priorities in our list that COREnology's additional assessments don't solve for. They're things that the advisor can solve for. Can you talk to me about that?
So we love the fact that our advisors like to use core priorities first. It makes a lot of sense. It's easy. But the great part is it also then tells you what to do next. And we love that part. And have created, like you said, a cheat sheet. And certainly some of those priorities are things that you won't need COREnology for. They're going to be areas that you are the expert, that you already have the advice. Things like addressing risk, business succession, estate planning, financial literacy, things that you will automatically know, you're already the expert, and you will share that advice with your clients. But what do we do when some of those top priorities are not in that area?
Well, and just to go back for 1 second, if they're in that area, you walk into the meeting already knowing to be prepared for those things.
Right.
You want business succession? Okay, I already have a plan for you. I have resources for you. You're not blindsided and have to think, okay, I know I have resources. You come with those documents, which I think is so valuable. But sometimes their priorities are not even financially based. They're intentional fun, or I love that one. We love this so much that we made a tool specifically so that you know what to do based on each priority. Can you talk to me about the tool we designed?
Yes, absolutely. So what we did is we took each of our 20 priorities, all of the things that your clients will be looking at and choosing, and then we created a what's next column. So you can look at the priority and then say, what do I do to help address this priority for my clients? Kind of took some of the thinking out of it, so you know exactly where to go. Clearly, like we shared, some of those things are going to be your expertise. You're already going to have the tools, have the information, and you can walk into that meeting prepared. Some of the suggestions are different tools that are part of our COREnology toolkit. Things that are going to help you look at values or views or the family culture so that you can still be the person addressing those priorities for your clients.
Awesome. So that cheat sheet is available on our Academy, so you can use it anytime, or as always, you can email us and we'll send it to you. So let's just say it's not one of those really easy questions that the advisor would have answers to.
Sure.
It's something more like, let's say, family cohesion. What now?
Exactly. So, okay, I have a family who's concerned about how tight are we? How are we communicating perhaps? How are we getting along? How would you help a client address that if that's one of their top priorities? Well, we would point you towards our core culture tool. This would be another assessment for the family to take. In this case, you would say, wonderful, let's have all of your family take this, whether that are kids or kids and grandkids, whatever works for your client. But you have a tool to help them specifically address that priority, because our core culture report focuses on things like family culture, family communication, cohesion, identity, and impact. So now you've given them a tool and you can give them the report that explains how the family felt about these issues. And now you have another talking point, and your clients have another talking point for their family.
It's interesting to me when I look at the list of priorities we provide, there's quite a few of these that lean on core culture. There's conflict resolution is one, and actually I've seen that come up quite a bit. A greater trust in your family, that's culture. I see that a lot of the priorities are pointing towards the core culture, but quite a few point towards our core views, and see a lot of our advisors, it's the second assessment they choose to take is core views. Can you talk to me about that?
Yeah, absolutely. It is a favorite, probably the second favorite, like you said. So core views is going to look at a series of questions that we ask each member of the couple, and we're really looking for two things. Alignment. Has there been discussion? And the answers don't need to be identical, but there does need to be alignment and, connection there. But more importantly, we're talking about what are some of the parts of your money story. How were you raised? How has that impacted your views on your financial situation as an adult? How do you think about philanthropy? How do you think about inheritance? What is a lesson you've learned that you want to pass on to your family members? So this ends up being a fantastic tool for things like knowing my why. Why are these the important financial issues for me? What is my life purpose and vision? How do we connect those things to some of these decisions for our family? Preparing the next generation, those lessons, that history of your money story, and then of course understanding expectations between spouses and your family members.
Yeah, so let's just say I get my list of core priorities back. It says that my clients, one of their top priorities for the year as a couple is to know my why and understand self-discovery. It opens the door to taking multiple of the assessments from COREnology. And so what would you do with that? You have multiple options. What would you do?
Yeah, great question. I would probably dive into the whole report then. Take the opportunity to say, I love that you are interested in knowing your why, the self-discovery. We have several different tools to help you do that. And so I would encourage them to take the whole assessment and let them know you've already done priorities. So the rest of the assessment will take you about 20 minutes. And we're going to have all these different reports, all these different views to talk about and to help you think through those things. And then, of course, you can hand that report to your clients, but you can also take some time to talk with them about it, to talk them through that. One of the things I love about our report is it can be a standalone. You can hand it to your clients and they can read through it and get a lot out of it. But it's also used to be a discussion guide, and you can use it to have a conversation with your clients to, again, build that trust, build that knowledge, and help them achieve their priority of self-discovery.
And what if they're too afraid? What if the advisor is like, oh my gosh, this is just too much for me? What do you do?
Right. My advice would be chunk it down. Try one. Our advisors, like we said, they love core views. Start with that one. That's probably a little bit more in that wheelhouse. And once you see the priorities and you talk about alignment with core views, then you can bring in some of those others because you're ready to have maybe that deeper conversation.
Piecemeal it.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
I love that. And so there are a few of these priorities that could show up that do point to all of the assessments, and you can do it one at a time or in a big chunk. You can give it to them or you can meet with them about it. So the beautiful thing is it is flexible in how you interact with your clients. It can work any of these ways for you. And I'm excited for you to get into our core priorities roadmap sheet, try it out with your clients, and see how it goes. We are focused on your success, and we are also very excited about your client's success by using these things. So with that said, if you have any additional questions or concerns or problems in trying to utilize this report, reach out to us. We are delighted to get one-on-one with you and help you make this work.